And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Saints, first down.
Let's go! 55! 159! Ball try! You got 3. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Bridgewater now from the 50. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Check, 59, 59. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. That's Isabella open on the right side. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
And 1 yard to go.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got move. 53, Mike 53. Good trap. Mike 53. 53, Mike.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Able to find Isabella. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Bridgewater again. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Andy Isabella. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Newton to throw. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike, check.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. It's complete to Brown, right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Your trip is here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Set the turn, defense. Set the turn.
To throw, Bridgewater. That ball complete to Isabella. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the number. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Andy Isabella with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and
2. 8, 22. Watch the pass.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. This one caught by Isabella. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here we go.
24-yard gain.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now Bridgewater. And he's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. And Isabella with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Yeah, let's get second.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On first and 10, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. To throw is Newton. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Pick it up, guys.
First down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
That's it. 180. Great. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. It's our time. This 8. Mike's 22. Mike's 22.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He's going to let it go deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce, that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Bridgewater on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Check Phil's forward. Mike is 50.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal at the 7.
His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
To the air again with Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Newton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Newton now to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Ginn. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Delta. 50, yo. Mock's 56. Here we go.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Slam, slam, slam. Hey! 22's coming, 22's coming. Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
It's our time. Check 26, check 26. 8. Like 22. Mike. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Under crush.
They run with counter. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
22's coming, Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Newton to the right side, and he's got more complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Kill, turn up. Gun. Like 22.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check the back. Spell. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. 3 bucks.
They stay on the ground. Here's counter again. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. It's McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Rush in. coming. 22's coming. Mike. Go.
They'll run here with Connor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Newton now to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Gano the extra point. And we're back now in Charlotte, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before we tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On the ready. Come on, boy. 56. Check 56.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Watch his slant.
On 1st down, Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Gun.
Now Newton on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Check back.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Running with Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He finds an opening past the 40. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Here we go.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Saints, it'll end on an up note as they finish with a victory, but it was a season to forget as they wind up just 2-14. And they will enter this offseason with more questions than answers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon.